Imagine waking up and knowing what will happen before it does. You stretch, breathe in the morning air, and you already feel the outcome of your day unfolding inside your mind. A phone call you haven't received yet, a conversation you haven't spoken, an opportunity you haven't even seen. You're not guessing, you're not hoping. You know, this is the future we're racing toward. A future where brain implants could unlock the power to predict tomorrow. But how did we even get here? And what happens when our minds outpace reality itself? Let's step into a world where technology doesn't just read your thoughts, it shapes your future. It all started innocently enough. Researchers once dreamed of helping paralyzed patients move again. Tiny electrodes, no larger than grains of sand, were embedded into brains, mapping neural patterns, translating electric whispers into action. A thought became a hand movement. An intention became speech. It was beautiful. It was hopeful. Families watched in awe as loved ones once locked inside their bodies learned to speak again, to move, to smile. It was a miracle. A promise that technology could heal what nature could not. But then, something unexpected happened. The machines didn't just respond to what people wanted to do, they began detecting what people were about to think. Before a patient moved, the implant moved first. Milliseconds, then entire seconds ahead, as if it could see their future, moments before they even lived it. At first, it was dismissed as a technical artifact, a glitch, a delay in data, a coincidence. But when it kept happening, again and again, the scientists realized they hadn't just built a bridge to restore lost abilities. They had built a window into the future. Our brains, it turns out, are prediction machines. Long before you reach for a glass, before you say a word, before you make a choice, your brain has already prepared the blueprint. Every twitch of your finger, every glance of your eye, every burst of laughter, planned, predicted, preordained. The brain implant simply listened and learned. It surfed the electric tides of your neurons, picking up the patterns before they even surfaced into your conscious mind. In a way, it knew you, better than you knew yourself. At first, the application seemed harmless, even thrilling. Athletes could shave fractions of a second off their reaction times. Gamers could move faster than humanly possible. Stock traders could anticipate micro-fluctuations before competitors even blinked. Imagine students who could answer questions before they're even finished. Firefighters who could predict the collapse of a burning building. A world optimized by foresight. It was intoxicating. It was inevitable. And it was dangerous. Because it didn't take long before the questions came crashing down. If a brain implant could predict your next move, could it also influence it? Could it guide you, steer you, nudge you towards certain choices, while you still believe you're free? And if a machine can anticipate your every thought, who owns those thoughts? You? The company who built the implant? The government? When your mind becomes a data stream, who holds the key? Picture a teenager, barely 16, with the world at their feet. They receive an implant, marketed as a tool to enhance their future. Sharper memory, faster instincts, effortless success. But over time, they notice they're drawn towards certain careers, certain products, certain lifestyles, all subtly aligned with the preferences embedded deep inside their predictive software. Ads appear before they even realize they need something. Choices seem obvious, inevitable. Did they choose their future, or was it quietly chosen for them? And what about love? What about gut instincts, the messy, beautiful chaos of human emotion? Can an implant predict who you'll fall for? Can it warn you of heartbreak? Would you want it to? Would you dare to step outside the safe, predictable path if you knew the risks waiting for you? In the labs of today, scientists are already developing systems that can predict decisions up to 7 seconds before you are consciously aware of making them. 7 seconds. In a world obsessed with speed and certainty, that's an eternity. But what happens to spontaneity, to the art of surprise, to the moments that make us feel alive? Would we trade risk for perfect safety, uncertainty for absolute knowledge? And if we knew the outcomes of our choices, would we ever dare to dream beyond them? Imagine a young artist sitting at her easel. A chip in her brain senses when her inspiration starts to falter, nudging her subtly toward optimal creativity. Her paintings are flawless, critically acclaimed, sold before they are even finished. But one evening, she sits before a blank canvas, and nothing feels real. The colors suggested by the chip feel too perfect, the brushstrokes too clean. She yearns for chaos, for the wildness that once lived in her art. She puts down the digital brush, picks up an old cracked one from her childhood, and she paints, wildly, imperfectly, rebelliously. For the first time in years, she paints without prediction, without guidance, without control. And for the first time in years, she feels alive. This is the paradox of prediction. It promises to free us from uncertainty, but it risks enslaving us to certainty itself. If every heartbreak can be avoided, would we still understand the beauty of healing? If every failure is preempted, would we still know the joy of triumph? If every risk is calculated and managed, would we still be alive in the fullest, rawest sense? It is our ability to stand at the edge of the unknown, trembling yet determined, that defines us. It is our willingness to leap without knowing if we will fly that makes us human. Not all futures are dark. Imagine a world where predictive implants help prevent accidents before they happen, where car crashes are rare, where mental health crises are detected early, allowing intervention and hope. Imagine a world where loneliness is sensed before it deepens, and a friend, a parent, or a stranger reaches out at just the right time. Prediction could be a new kind of empathy, a silent hand reaching out, saying, "I see you. I know you're hurting. I'm here." It could help us become better versions of ourselves, not by forcing us, but by reminding us of the past we might forget. But only if we choose wisely. Only if we remember that technology must serve humanity, not replace it. Only if we protect the wild, untamed magic of being human. The future is not set in stone. It's a living thing, shaped by every choice we make. Brain implants will give us glimpses beyond the veil. They will whisper possibilities into our ears, but they will never replace the beating heart of human spirit, the courage to act, even when the outcome is unknown. The bravery to love, even when it might hurt. The wonder of waking up to a world that is still, somehow, unpredictable. One day you may sit in a quiet room, feeling a question stir in your mind, a decision you haven't fully made. And maybe, just maybe, a soft voice from within will offer a glimpse of what's ahead. But it will still be you, standing at the crossroads of possibility, not a machine, not a prediction. You. The power to see tomorrow will never be as precious as the power to choose it. The future is whispering. Will you listen, or will you write your own story? The choice is still yours. If it sparked your curiosity, like, subscribe, and stay with us. We've got so much more to explore. See you in the next episode.